In this occasion, I haven't added the squeak either. So, that you've won Cyclist of the Year. Yes, you have. Yeah, I'm fresh out of medals, but one will be issued to you in the post. You're also to the year. Paul Dimoldenberg, Councillor Paul Dimoldenberg, who is a Labour councillor at Westminster Council. Right now. Unusually, first time in bloody decades, Labour have actually got into Westminster City Council. It was a Tory stronghold, and in 2008, the Tory stronghold brought in parking charges for motorcycles, right? Big fight about it, but they were going to do it anyway, no matter what the consensus was or what the petitions was. Now, this fight went on for years. One of the main sources to fight the Tories for inside information was Councillor Paul Dimoldenberg, right? And he voiced that he was against these parking charges, and it's absolutely wrong, and why should motorcycles be charged? Of course, Paul Dimoldenberg, he's been in charge down at Westminster City Council now for over a year. Not a peep about withdrawing the motorcycle parking charges. And I notice he's gone very green now. He's fallen into the WEF rulebook of net zero, that old con. And when he wrote very nicely to Lime, those people that hire those bloody bikes that you see strewn about everywhere, right? He said, your bike's untidy, they're littering up pavements, all that. And I suppose the problem is disabled people can't get through down the path. Anyway, the Lime Ponce wrote back to Councillor Paul Dimoldenberg. There was a crisis in the city about air pollution, and I think a crisis, always a crisis. Look at that Prius. Go and die! The Prius, there was a crisis about net zero, Greta this, Greta that. And that was the standard speak from the cunts at Lime. Now, we all know that these people are like Uber. They all come from San Francisco or Silicon Valley. Yeah, lube it up. And their idea is to saturate the market. They want dominance. They want a monopoly, right? So there they are. And we got this left-wing councillor who's now in power, and he won't do fuck all about it. That was the end of that. And of course, to this day, Lime are still littering up, along with many other cycle hire companies, because they want, there's a line, see, they want complete dominance. And that's what Uber wanted when they invade the city. The bells, they ignore the rules and regulations and do it anyway, because they've got venture capital to be able to fight the local councils, local authorities for ages, as they did with Uber, fought TfL for ages. I don't know whether there was backhanders all around, but it does seem to be the way the world works. And of course, we've got Uber here today still. And as you see, Lime, absolutely everywhere. Look, Lime, have you noticed that? And this is only really taken off the last sort of tail end of last year and now. And of course, if they can get everybody, the majority, using Lime and nothing else, up will go the prices. That's how the monopoly works. There's a line, see, there's a line on its floor. That's traditional way of parking it. Oh, bloody things. I think what I'm saying there is, no matter what flavour of politician you get, they're all unable to tell you the truth, and they don't work for the people anymore. I've never seen, they were paramedics, weren't they? I've never seen that many. What would you call a group like that? It's not a gaggle, is it? That's geese. Anyway, yeah, I'm not suggesting that Councillor Paul Dimoldenberg is a WEF member. Of course not. It costs many tens of thousands of pounds to be a WEF member. But the whole ethos of technocratic tyranny has dribbled down from the unelected WEF. And people in local government and academia, they all, most anyway, are following the doctrine of technocratic tyranny. In other words, one of the things is that they pay more attention to what the corporations want than what the actual people that elected the local councillors into office want. Because they know where their bread is buttered. Buttering bread, yeah? Look at this. Do you remember during the house arrest they put bollards down and they extended this? Now this is due only temporary, right? It's an experiment, this widening of the pavement. So that pavement there is only lying on a membrane, so it could be relatively easy to take it out. But of course you know they're not going to take it out, are they? Even though the narrowing of the streets causes congestion and even ambulances have trouble getting up here when it's really busy, but they're going to leave it, and they've been closing off streets. Councils all over London and the country have been closing off streets like mad, and it's all, I think, it's all about getting rid of you off personal transport. The only personal transport you'll be allowed to go on is bicycle. You know, the combustion engine is dead, and anybody who buys a Tesla is a collaborator. Oh, Louis Vuitton, there's the shit you should buy. What else? It's all shit, isn't it? You don't need any of that stuff. There's Coca-Cola. Yeah, sorry, I got distracted. Yeah, it's all shit anyway. Yeah, so it's all about doing away with personal transport, and it's nice to see that a few people are fighting back with the hysteria that's going on in bloody Oxford, and I think it might be Canterbury as well. It is about this restriction, but even you can see the videos on some social media about Oxford and the planters and people moving the cones. There seems to be there seems to be an equal willing number of the public eagerly putting the signs and the cones back and arguing with what I would call the freedom fighters. Yeah, there are collaborators everywhere. What is it? What is it? A Dunning? Well, there you are. Is it a Dunning-Kruger effect? I don't know what that was. I'm not a car person. Oh, I'm terrible. You off then? Well, he's showing me a clean pair of heels. Some drivers, they get these penis extensions and they never actually learn how to drive them. And on that bombshell, I think I'm going to end the video here. Thank you ever so much for getting this far. I do appreciate that. And that's a good shot, isn't it? When the column is lit up by the sun like that and it's dark behind. Oh, actually we'll go up here. There's always 3 ways of getting there. Yeah, take care. Cheerio now. Bye, bye. Take care. Bye, bye. Tesla drivers They all ought to be pressed between big heavy stones. Just a light squeezing first, and if they don't behave, then full pressure squeeze. Oh, cyclist. I mean, here they are. It looks like I'm back with the paramedics here. Two abreast, that's my favourite. Yeah. Now, oh, there's St John's. Oh. He's making a list. Good on you. Maybe they have to train the St John's people to be cycling proficient. Maybe? I don't know. The pack is split. Oh, 3 abreast. Oh, it really doesn't get any better, does it? Unless it's 4 abreast. There's another gaggle of, I'm calling them a gaggle. Yeah, they're having a lovely time, aren't they? And of course, if you cut yourself, you couldn't be in a better place, could you? To have a paper cut with all these ambulance people here.